not.
Hello, Fightful Faithful. For the second time today, it's a Tuesday.
Well, it's been a Tuesday all day.
But I'm saying...
Second time we've been doing... Yeah. Two shows in one day. Alex and I did our Raw review on Fightful Select earlier today, which was so much fun for several reasons. One, we didn't have to do a review late at night yesterday. And two, we had some people that can't normally watch us in real time because of time zones or work or whatever, that were able to join us, which was super, super fun. But that's on Fightful Select. Alex.
Yeah.
It's August 18th.
It is.
That means we're on the way to Heatwave.
Yeah.
So get in your super chats. Get in your humper chats at humperchats.com. Leave a thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to this video. That's Alex. I'm Kate. As always. Mm-hmm. Guys, before we went live, if you heard me talking over the intro.
I tricked you. It's my fault.
Alex, he did. He hoodwinked. I've been hoodwinked. This is how we're starting the show today.
You got bamboozled.
I was bamboozled by my trusted host.
Mm-hmm.
Because Alex says he thinks this webcam makes him look washed out, and I don't think that. And I was saying as we went live, it's not giving like Sheamus's entrance. Like, you don't look extra pale or anything to me.
Yes, I do. I've been out walking literally every day for hours. I should not be this pale. Like, I'm not.
Too many
lives.
Too many lives. Oh no. We think you're worth half your value now, and your pay got cut in half. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. I was today. This past weekend was in my little town, the Lincoln Highway Heritage Festival, which of course is where they run the Little Miss Peanut contest.
Ooh.
So my daughter 2 years ago won Little Miss Peanut.
Yes, of course.
And last year she gets to present the sash and the tiara to the new winner. And this year she gets nothing. So she sat in like the third row, and they do a thing where like while the judges are tabulating, they do a thing every year where like, are there any former Little Miss Peanuts in the audience? And like there'll be, some lady who's in their 30s who like, yeah, it was me. And Rosie immediately jumps up and is like, it's me. I mean, I was to be one. And like, I recognize you. Come on up, Rosie, says the lady who's been hosting this thing since, the
1924
Kennedy administration. And because she looks old. But anyway, she proceeds to take over the entire thing. She just seizes the entire spotlight. It very much is the prom queen from the year you were a freshman showing up when you're a senior and still deciding I'm the most important thing here at homecoming week.
Sure.
So that's definitely the energy my daughter brought. But of course, the festival itself has fried things on sticks and rides and carnies. So many carnies. And so I was thinking,
you don't spend enough time talking about carnies.
and I was thinking as summer is winding down. I mean, my daughter's been in school for over a week at this point, but summer is winding down. I was thinking, what have we ever done? Puns of things you might find at like the county fair. Or things like that. Is like too narrow, like, Americana festival puns?
Sure. I don't know if we've done it or not, but it's been a minute if we had, and we're doing it tonight.
Great.
I love that for us.
Fair,
I
fair
also
puns,
love that.
festival puns. You know what? I'll even go Wren fair puns if you want to get very specific. I'm cool with that too. Basically,
Wren,
give us your money and we'll read the things you
I
say.
mean, Wren Sinclair is right there. But I also just love that for your daughter, that she just was like, listen, is she not eligible to be Little Miss Peanut again?
No, once you're Little Miss Peanut, you cannot be Little Miss Peanut again.
You're
But
Little Miss. I didn't know if you had
they have
consecutive
started
terms or
this. Apparently, this year was the first time they've crowned a sweetheart queen, which is for like ages 14 through 18. I guess you're basically if you're over the age of 10 and under the age of 14, we want nothing to do with you. You're either Little Miss Peanut or you can be Sweetheart Queen, but for those awkward years, it's just best you keep a seat because nobody wants to see all that stuff on your face and your knobby knees. The puberty queen was not a thing that we decided to do, so we're not doing that this year. Maybe that'll be the next installment next year.
Beautiful Miss Puberty. I also find it interesting that they didn't just go Miss Peanut. They didn't just drop the little. It's Sweetheart Queen.
No.
It's an entirely different title lineage.
It's an entirely different thing.
I love that. Okay, interesting.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so I thought I would get the pun topic out of the way early before we have to talk about this particular episode of NXT because we do have to talk about it. So,
yeah.
This was not the best showing for Robert Stone. Lot of decisions I could call into question.
I am bewildered that they've created an authority figure that is less together and effective than Ava. We would come out here and we would complain about Ava and how inconsistent she was and all of these things for so long. And Robert Stone makes her look like a genius. He's I feel like they should have interviewed him better or something. He is very much not cut out for the job. He's frequently panicked, and he does not make good decisions under said panic, which I don't think is good.
Yeah.
Not a trait you're looking for in a GM.
No.
Certainly
we start out with Cruz Montana. He's got a chant. The crowd came up with a chant that is timed very well to his music. The chant goes this: Cruz Montana, Cruz Montana, Cruz Montana. And the whole time I was thinking, Mike Santana, Mike Santana, because that's his name, Mike Santana. But the problem is you can't do Santana, Montana, Santana, Montana. No. It doesn't work quite well, but that should be his name.
Santana, Montana.
Mm-hmm.
Hannah, Santa, Montana. Santana, Hannah, Montana.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Chant that NXT crowd with your creative little cadences.
There you go. But anyway, he was very upset that Zilla Fatu showed up, and he's as upset that Zilla Fatu showed up last week as he is proud to be a Boricua from the Bronx, New York, because he said both of those things with the same amount of his full chest.
That's fair. He assigned equal weight to both of those things.
Yeah.
I would also be annoyed if Zilla Fatu just showed up, but man, does it get so much worse later in this episode.
It does.
For the things that Zilla Fatu... Can we just we have to get the elephant in the room out of the way, though, because Greg Cherry sent in this chat that says, did Zilla Fatu say he was a nympho baby? I don't even think that's PG. It's a shame he missed NXT 2.0 where everyone was always horny. Anyway, let's rock the second game in the doubleheader. I know there's a temptation to save that for later, but it's just so important to me that everybody at the beginning of the show knows the fact that he later in the show calls himself a nympho baby instead of a nepo baby. Mm-hmm. Which it seems like it's something entirely different. And I don't think it's PG.
No.
I think it's more of a weird Law and Order SVU episode, but that is what the thumbnail is. He said what. So I wanted to be extremely clear up front about what that was.
That's good. That's great. I'm glad that he did that. Anyway, Santana is respectfully interrupted by Rey Fénix, who comes out and says, "It's really good to see you." And Santana Montana says, "Wow, we have so much history fighting each other on the Indies, in AAA and TNA, and nowhere else. Nowhere else have you and I come to blows. That's not a thing that's ever happened. We
certainly
did not cross paths in one of the best tag matches at another location. That's not a thing. Didn't happen. Nobody saw it happen. It's a thing that doesn't exist." But it was very. I did like the nice, like, "Hey, it's good to see you," but not from that place. I didn't see you there, but it is good to see you. Santana Montana says of Rey Fénix, I respect how you represent La Raza or whatever, and so I will cede the floor to you, and I'll be back later twice, to be.
Sometimes when you go, I really wish wrestlers would say, "I have 2 more segments, so I'll be seeing you later."
I just, it is one of those things where when you think about the way that the structure of the show, when somebody comes out like, "I'm going to talk about this person," and a new person comes out, "Yes, it is good to see you. I respect you. Therefore, I shall leave." But you know that, like, after having watched the whole show, they come out later very angry about something. And then they're told what they think is good news, and then at the very end of the show, they come out even angrier about a different thing,
escalating,
and then they get bad news.
In the beginning, it's very much like like SNL throwing to the musical guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Rey Fénix.
Yes, yeah. So. Yeah, he's out here to see who's going to face him next week for the Cruiserweight Championship. And then we get a fatal 4-way of Tristan Angels and Romeo Moreno, 2 guys who haven't won a damn thing. Nope. And EK Prosper, who's been red hot even though he's coming off a singles loss. And Parka, who won his match in AAA to have won the honor of losing to Penta next week in Ottawa, Canada. It is 50-50 on whether or not Booker T actually thinks that's the WCW La Parka. Like,
unconvinced that he is.
Because Vic Joseph let it slide for a while, and he just kept bringing it up, and then he was like, which one of these guys do you think this is? Because I thought we were making jokes, but now it feels like you are seriously concerned for this man in his 60s well-being, and I don't think that it's the same guy. Do you not know that, Booker?
Like the kid who's on the fringe. You're in 5th grade, and everybody knows that Santa Claus isn't real except for that kid. Yeah. That's kind of the vibe with Booker on this. I can understand his confusion though, because the graphic from yesterday had La Parka Negra in it, and not him. So he probably has No idea.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have some greetings, Alex.
Good. Yeah, let's read them.
My dad making the return via Super Chat and not Humper Chat, saying, "Greetings, Pale Alex and Bamboozled Kate. The SGS eagerly awaits your insights and indomitable entertainment. A big hello to my long-distance son, J.W. Pringle." We have Minorma saying, "Sup, partners? Today I grilled 27 bacon-wrapped shrimp. I gave 10 to the lifeguard at the pool because she looks like Queen Amanada and Willow had a baby. How many shrimp do y'all think are left?" I'm going to say 0 shrimp, and also I'm going to say you should propose to that girl. Just immediately propose. Propose.
Can you wrap one of the bacon-wrapped bacon-wrapped shrimps around her ring finger and just use that as
I was going to say around a diamond ring.
If somebody proposed to me with a bacon-wrapped shrimp, I would probably say yes.
Yeah, there's pretty much, unless you have my dietary proclivities, you're going to say yes to that. So.
Yeah. What if it was, hold on. I was going to say tofurkey wrapped, but I don't know what the equivalent is of shrimp.
Tofurkey's not great either. No. It's like some things you just shouldn't try to be meat. Like it's okay. Like there's something like a good veggie burger, great. Mm-hmm. But like there's some things you can just stop. You don't have to cauliflower, you don't have to try and do the most. Like you don't have to pretend that you're things that you're not.
Yeah.
And tofurkey's kind of one of those things, but
yeah.
What would it be for me? I'll have to think on that.
All right. Okay.
But anyway, if that's what that girl looks like, you should just just propose right away.
Right. Yeah.
Immediately.
Maybe
propose.
She needs a green card. You don't know. Like maybe she'll say yes.
Or maybe it's love at first sight. Maybe it's like how things are on Tomodachi Island, where you boom.
Immediately. Yeah. So EK Prosper wins. He pins Romeo Moreno with his giant tuck moonsault thing that he does that scrapes the ceiling. He pins him. He does the Superman pulling open his suit thing.
Yes.
But this time Booker T did not say the cape's coming off. He did not say that this week. I think somebody might have told him.
Your note.
So EK Prosper wins, and then
solid stuff.
No, it was good. It was This was good. All 4 of these guys can go, and the guy we thought was gonna win won, and he's gonna lose next week to Rey Fenix, and fine.
And
That's
just fine. My only thing is with Romeo Moreno taking the pin, and I assume that would be the case. Like, I'm a Noam Dar sicko, but don't you in kayfabe have to question whether or not he's a very good mentor, because they haven't won shit. Like, if someone takes you under your wing and nothing good happens to you, aren't you kind of like, well, this is an ineffective partnership?
Yeah, I guess. I haven't seen him do a lot of wing undertaking. You know what I mean? Like, he's there. Like, show me a scene where he's like teaching him stuff. Like, have I seen Romeo Moreno try to pull out a knee bar on anybody? No, then he's not learning how to be a better wrestler from Noam Dar. He's just hanging out.
That's true. I just want Noam Dar to.
I mean,
good things.
He could learn just by hanging out with Noam Dar. If Noam Dar is not getting him in the ring to train, he's more liable to learn how to cook haggis than how to you know what I mean? Than he is to do anything else.
I mean, he could teach him the ways of fashion. We saw some phenomenal outfits when he was in the Metaphor, but those have scaled back considerably too. So
have gone a lot.
So, okay, if not the mentorship of, the partnership of, right? Like, these two just haven't really gotten anywhere. So I would like for them to get somewhere.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
But the match was honestly very good too. Like,
It
well produced 4-pack too.
I didn't find anything like I was like, oh, this guy looks outmatched, or boy, Parka looks every bit of 65. Like I didn't see any of that. You know what I mean?
Correct.
But anyway, Wren Sinclair is snapping her fingers next to Kendal Gray's head to make sure that her ear isn't totally damaged. This scene felt like somebody fed an AI chatbot with 7 random scripts from After School Specials, Saved by the Bell, and Degrassi Junior High, and just said, now write a scene where two clever girls take down these cocky jocks with their verbal repartee.
This was awful.
No
fault of the performers.
But this was I'm gonna beat that freak Shiloh tonight, and then everybody's gonna get title matches at Heatwave. Don't call Shiloh a freak. He's really nice, and he knows how to use tools, unlike you guys who are the tools, right? Yeah, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, he couldn't grow facial hair either, just like you. Oh my god. This was awful. Hey, Wren, feeling off balance or Kendal feeling off balance lately? Because this is not a fault of the wrestlers. This dialogue was hot.
So bad.
This was one of those, your non-wrestling fan friend walks in the room to at this moment so that you can be embarrassed by the fact that you're a wrestling fan. This was awful.
Oh, I get it. Myka is the Vanity and the rest of y'all are the project. Yeah.
There's a very funny Instagram account of 3 guys who are in college, and on their college campus, they go up and reenact scenes like this. They'll just go up to just somebody studying and be like, bet you can't, whatever, like out just complete. And that's that dialogue is what they make up as 18-year-olds punking out their friends with this shit. This was horrendous. Oh my god, I never want to see that. It's embarrassing. How old are this? Have you ever heard an adult talk even remotely like this?
No, because here's the thing. No, here's the deal. I need everyone to understand the context of where this is coming from. Kyle O'Reilly is 40 years old. Tony Schiavone calls him this young man. Okay? Like, these people might as well be 12 to the old men who are writing this shit. So they have them talk like they're Gen Alpha, but they don't know how Gen Alpha talk, so they're trying to remember like old episodes with high schoolers that they, saw 35 years ago. That's what this is.
Your chest looks like a Ric Flair opponent because it's chopped. It's so bad. It's so bad.
The only person who's in the skibbity toilet is you, because you stink.
This was so bad. I just felt bad for the people who had to say the words out loud. That was my takeaway. Was poor wrestlers who had to say these words out loud.
Wren and Kendal leave, and Jackson Drake's like, "Can you believe those two?" No.
Can you believe you guys went up to
They
them?
cooked you guys. That's right. They cooked you guys. Now, Jackson, you got to focus on your match. They cooked you.
Aren't you
They
so
served.
unnerved? I'm
Slay.
clipping both of these comebacks. We're gonna make that into real. This is so much. This is MD Cyclo. This is the NXT makes me feel like I'm having a stroke moment of the week. That's our progressive match flow. We need a sponsor for that. Man, that was camp rock.
No, nobody did say skibbity. No.
No. But we did.
Well, we did. So Thea Hale has her match with Nattie, and Jaida Parker is out there, and Thea tries her hardest. She just doesn't know anything about wrestling, God bless her, according to the way they booked her in this match. And so Nattie hits her with a spine buster, and then taps her out in the sharpshooter. And then afterwards, they Nikkita and Karmen Petrovic make Jaida watch as Nattie puts her back in the sharpshooter. Like, this is your friend? Well, we're going to hurt your friend to get to you thing. I do like the way that Booker T delineates between friends and buddies, pals. Those are different things entirely. You can have buddies and pals, but you're not allowed to have friends in this business.
No, well, we all know how you feel about friendship. That's how I feel.
But buddyship, I'm super pro buddyship.
Buddyship all day.
Palship? Give me as much palship as possible.
As possible. I don't know how, like, the bunch of roll-ups and looking for the Kimura stuff. This was my concern with Soul, and now it's coming true on the main roster. I like that Thea uses the Kimura a lot, and it should be pretty well protected. I don't sometimes, and this match was only 4.5 minutes long or whatever.
Yeah.
But like there's kind of an over reliance on it, and I don't want people to become one trick ponies, because the thing is, she doesn't win enough for it to be that protected. Like, I've been begging, hands and knees for an angle. They could have done it with Ronda Rousey. I wish, if they ever reboot Ivy Nile, which I don't think they're gonna, like, this idea that a woman, and they would love it because it doesn't take up a lot of TV time, and God forbid an American women's wrestling promotion. Doesn't apply to this show, ironically. Yeah. Like, the idea that just, like, a woman would win with a lethal move. Like, with Ronda Rousey, it should have been an armbar and that's it, armbar and that's it, armbar and that's it. Like, that would be so sick if it was just somebody squashing 7 women because they got in that move in less than a minute and whatever. That would make you feel dominant and not like a one-trick pony because it's supremely protected. With Thea, it's like she has this really cool Kimura and she loses all the time. So I like it with Nattie here because obviously submission specialist versus submission specialist. But on the whole with Thea, it's kind of like how the Soul Snatcher, God, it's like they just Soul Snatched us to death and then she's floundering on the main roster, it feels like, because it's overly reliant on that. So I don't know. But this was what it was.
Yeah.
It was effective.
Greg Cherry making a very good point. At least they don't win with the backslide.
My sweet baby Willow winning with the backslide repeatedly makes me want to jump off a bridge. That's a Wednesday night.
Yeah, no, this is true. Rakovaja says, remember when Shayna did that in the Elimination Chamber and then they ruined it by having her lose the title match? Good times.
I do.
Yeah, no, it was the single strongest any woman has ever looked in any match in the history of WWE. It was so great. She had choked out everyone in the chamber before the last pod door opened. And she stood there waiting for Asuka. Asuka to come out of her pod so she could do it to her, and then she did. It boggles my mind that Vince McMahon is the man who booked that and then did the rest of Shayna Baszler's career. Impossible.
It's bananas, and maybe the coolest women's elimination chamber match of all time. Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay. Bronco Nima is like, hey, I should probably be out there with you against, Lexis King for the speed title match because, Birthright's going to be out there. They'll, probably interfere because they interfere in every match.
It's what they do.
And Lucian's like, no, I won by myself last week, and I'm sure this week will be no different. So, you should probably stay back here. And Bronco Nima doesn't offer any pushback on this, which means he's just as dumb as Lucian Price. Because I promise I won't do anything. I will sit in a chair at the top of the ramp. But as soon as those guys get involved, I'm rocking all their worlds. Okay? I won't get involved, I promise. But you got to let me be out there just in case they do the thing they're definitely going to do. And that would have been nice for Bronco Nima to have been the smart one, but Lucian Price was like, no, I'm fine. And then they dap. And then he goes out and he loses to Lexis King. He basically just works over Lexis King the entire match. Lexis King runs away a lot. They might have decided to overuse the overhand chop thing on Lexis, but the crowd loved it every time. I think one of them was enough. The crowd was like, one more time. And they did it 2 more times. So it's fine. I probably would have liked it more if Lucian Price had won, or at least not lost to that stupid coronation neckbreaker thing, because he took too long. He should have just won in a minute, because he could have won in a minute. And he after the first chop, he preened. After he chopped him once, he preened. He should have, at that point, basically there was no air left in Lexis King's lungs, and his entire chest skin was on fire. He offered zero defense against anything, but instead he preened. And if he had not preened and instead did that awesome one-armed Chingona bomb thing he did last week, he would have won inside of a minute. But instead, he preened and he took too long, and he got Lexis King on the top rope to do that one-armed Chingona bomb thing. And then while one of them, I don't know which one, distracted the referee, the other 2 ran over to that corner and grabbed Lucian Price by the ankles and made Lexis King fall on him. And then Lexis King did a stupid little coronation neckbreaker and pinned him. And then they beat him up some more, and Bronco Nima came out to even the odds, and then they hugged, and everything's fine, and he can go back to the tag division, I guess, because good things are impossible.
There's a few things with this. I'm going to probably shoehorn the finals of the G1 into as many podcasts as I possibly can. So if you want to grab a book or whatever, feel free to, because you're going to hear it for the rest of your life. The art of urgency and struggling is so lost on all of American television. Mm-hmm. It was so vivid in that match. And you know who else was really great at that? Dusty Rhodes. I feel like so much of Dusty Rhodes' magic was in, because the size he was too, with how lovable he was, with the desperation he would wrestle with when he was in a hold, was so special, and it was so integral to making you want to root for him. And with matches like this, when people don't take advantage of opportunities when you have a time limit, it looks really silly. If you knock the air out of someone's lungs, you should be sending that guy home forever. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, that was something Yuya Uemura particularly is a phenomenal struggle wrestler. Like, that is a lost art. Oiwa is amazing, and there was a lot of it with him too. But like, it's funny because it should almost be a difference between NXT and the main roster, and it's not enough of one. Like, NXT, they should be learning that here, and on the main roster, it should be everywhere, and I don't feel like it's anywhere on American television. And I'm like, watching this G1 final, and I don't think that style works on American television right now, but I think the urgency aspect of it desperately needs to translate. And in a time limit match like this, I really, really think it should. Other thing is, you know how I love it when people give me pet peeves. You gave me counters a move by just getting out of it for fun. I have a friend that very early in my wrestling watching gave me, why would you go to the top rope in a battle royal? And Sean gave me, shoulder block, knock a guy down, walk away from the guy instead of covering him. That's kind of the same deal here. Like, if you knock the air out of someone, you should be on them. Like, and so thank you to Sean for that pet peeve. But like, dilly-dallying in general is silly, but dilly-dallying during a time limit match when there's a numbers game is even sillier. So I do want to say that. And honestly, throwing that with dumb babyface syndrome, Alex, he knew the odds were going to be against him. He should have had his tag team partner out there.
You should have.
And as a floorballman yourself, a legendary left carpet, I'm sure you've dealt with situations where the odds were stacked against you.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. When you got 12 of your guys in the penalty box, and you just got to wait. You know, you got to try and get it out in the power play. That is rough time. That's the damn numbers game right there.
Sure, it's just like, and of course you go into overtime with the area rugs. It's like, it's a whole thing. But
yeah,
I'll tell you some good news about the odds, and that's that we've got MyBookie AG on our side.
At MyBookie AG, they say that you can bet on anything, anytime, anywhere, and they mean it. NBA, NHL, NFL, Major League Baseball, UFC, pro wrestling. But that's not it. Motorsports, golf, tennis, darts, cycling, cricket, handball, floorball, rugby, snooker, volleyball, table tennis, cycling. Yeah, you can bet on it at MyBookie AG. They got the best support system in the business. We only want you to bet what you can, and please bet responsibly. But go take advantage of being able to bet on anything, anytime, anywhere. They got live esports. They got racing. They got everything at MyBookie AG. And right now, get a $50 bonus when you deposit $100 or a $100 bonus when you deposit $200. You can bet with Bitcoin and play their great casino games as well. MyBookie AG.
Oh, I was just sitting here listening to that whole ad.
the entire time.
Everything that Sean Rossap had to say, but I'll tell you what, you want those odds? 99% of the time, Sean is going to remember to do a prediction show. That 1% was the SummerSlam one, unfortunately, where he forgot to do a prediction show, which means the rest of the year you're going to be in the clear. He's probably going to do one for Sunday night's main event. He'll definitely do one for All In, but yeah, we're rocking and rolling here with our friends at MyBookie AG.
Yeah. Grayson Waller comes out. He has the microphone because that's what he does. He talks.
He is yapping.
And
Yappers do yap.
I've been begging for weeks for somebody to end this Grayson Waller takeover of NXT. Why have you been begging for someone to end your takeover of NXT? That doesn't make a lot of sense. You know, you would think you would want that to last as long as possible. But anyway.
You want someone to step up, to challenge.
Well, I yes, but not end it. How about try to stop me, as opposed to stop me? I'm begging somebody to stop me, so I don't have to. I don't want to have to do this anymore. You ever have one of those days at work where you just hope somebody will fire you? That basically was the thing that, like, yes. Anyway, he says instead of someone in the back doing it, I have to deal with another Samoan trying to come and take my spot. I grew up in West Sydney. I have been fighting with ooses my whole life. I did not realize that all of the ooses lived in West Sydney.
Yeah, of course.
If Alpha Bill was here, he would be able to let us know what other locations the ooses live in Australia. But I'm very happy for Zilla Fatu, says Grayson Waller, because he finally got the ankle monitor off and now you can run free.
Grayson, sassy.
But I would have won the match last week by beating Santana Montana. Earlier, Santana Montana says I would have won the match last week by beating Grayson Waller. I feel like Santana Montana has a better case there since he did hit his finisher on Grayson Waller right before Zilla Fatu showed up. But I did forget that Santana Montana said the most dangerous place in all of NXT is the parking lot. So that's where I'm going to wait for Zilla Fatu. But then, spoiler, he didn't wait long enough. Tony D comes out and it's like, I'm fine with you being the number one contender. I'll beat you the way I'll beat everybody else. But then Santana Montana heard that, I guess, from the parking lot. He might have been watching on his phone because he was just bored waiting for Zilla Fatu to show up. And then he comes in and it's like, hold on, I was going to win it. Then I'm going to finish my business with you. And then I can chance Tully D, and then after that I'll beat up Zilla. Robert Stone's like, hey, you both got screwed. Let's not worry about Zilla Fatu, okay? He's not even an official member of the NXT roster yet.
This is crucial. Remember this part of this.
Guys, I can't be putting Zilla Fatu into any matches. I know you want to fight him. I know you want to fight him. You would also like to listen. I can't, in good conscience, even put him in any match because he hasn't signed his contract yet, guys. For all I know, he won't even show up to the arena tonight. He won't sign his contract ever, maybe not. And then I would have made a match that I would have to like cancel and take off the schedule, and Lord knows we never. Card is never subject to change.
Not once.
So I can't do that. So you'll have to just take my word for it. This match at Heatwave is going to be the only fair thing, which is Tony D will defend his world title, his NXT championship, against both Grayson Waller and Santana Montana in a triple threat match. That, according to me, saying these words right now, Robert Stone, is the only fair thing to do. And so that is why that is the plan and will remain so for the immediate future and beyond.
Narrator. But that wasn't the case by the end of the night. The ankle bracelet line, I was surprised they let fly, but okay. Good for them. I hate how Tony D feels like the least important part of this picture. It's kind of my biggest takeaway with this. Like, there's been such an emphasis, and I get why, because they have needed to rebuild and restock this men's division. But like Grayson Waller cuts that pipe bomb. You have Zilla showing up. You have Cruz Montana showing up. You have Mike Santana showing up. You have all these new guys coming into the picture. And I wish Tony D felt more like a champion in all of this. Like it feels like this is so very, very not about him, which is a bummer. But I'll tell you what's not a bummer. J.W. Pringle hanging out with us. He says, amazing, Alex. Sister Killicate. Proud and powerful Papa Paul Elizabeth and all the SGS. Please send good vibes my way. I could use them. Proud of you. J.W. Pringle. Here we go. We're sending them. Good vibes going your way. Good one. And he also set up a test balloon asking if we could see his chat.
Yeah, we can see it.
We could, but I admittedly did not scroll all the way down. Otherwise, I would have read that earlier. But we love you, JW Pringle. And I'm not just saying this because you're my only brother, but you're my favorite brother. But you're also kind of my big brother, so there's a lot.
I mean, I guess my chopped liver. Come on.
Well, my dad hasn't anointed you his son, I guess, and he weekly does so with JW
your dad has decided to disown me for whatever reason is going on. I don't know if I have embarrassed the family.
I don't think you've brought shame on our family name.
I have brought shame to the Elizabeth clan. And so now I am the prodigal son, cursed to roam the earth and never return home.
I don't know what you did, but...
okay, so... Robert Zone finishes this segment by saying, I will be the one to handle Zilla Fatu when he gets here. And by handle him, I mean give him a sweetheart deal that nobody should get. Anyway, Shadow Hill is talking to Lizzie Rain. I'm sorry. Hey, I would have helped last week if I was cleared, but my face got broke. And Lizzie's like, "Oh no, it's fine. Don't worry about it." Myles Borne says, "Hey, Shadow, can I talk to you for a second?" And Lizzie's like, "Oh, I'll give you two gents, some time to talk." It's like, "No, you can stay." Which is just a weird thing because nobody ever does that, and also she didn't need to be there because she didn't even have any more lines. Like it was just to show that Myles is a good dude, which honestly I'm fine with. It's just such a random thing in wrestling because so many times in WWE, especially, two people are talking, a third person enters, and one of the two people leaves. And those other two people who still stay there get to have a conversation because it doesn't involve the other person there. And it always does feel kind of like, well, if you're here, I'm going to go. And it's just like, this weird thing.
It always feels very exit stage right-y. Yeah. It's like it's a weird,
yeah.
I don't know. It is weird how someone just exits all the time.
Yeah. So he says, "Hey, you got this match with Jackson Drake tonight. It didn't really feel right that you weren't really fighting for anything. So I talked to Stone, and I had the idea, and he signed off on it, which means that Stone didn't. It was not Stone's idea. This was my idea, which means Stone is just full of bad ideas." So if you can beat Jackson Drake, I'll give you the title shot at Heatwave. And Shiloh was like, "Oh, that's awesome, dude. Thanks." And it was like just two human beings being nice to each other while a third human being gets to stay and bear witness to it is so not what professional wrestling is about. And I liked it as a change of pace.
Well, now we know why you brought shame onto the family name. You know how I feel about people liking and respecting each other in pro wrestling.
I understand.
There's too much of it right now. You're supposed to hate each other and fight.
Why does Shiloh Hill hate Myles Borne and vice versa? They don't have any reason to, so they shouldn't.
This was too pleasant. Myles Borne has multiple titles. How about just a competitive spirit, even?
You want more hate and less pleasantries.
Oh, like an 80-20 split. It should be hate versus pleasantries. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Where's the animosity? That guy has 2 belts.
Wow.
Where's your competitive spirit? Dig down, Shiloh. You are literally walking around disturbed all the time, and this you're like, oh, cool, man.
Yeah.
No, you get to be friends with Tatum and nobody else. You don't have to be like mean, but like you should.
Yeah.
You should want what the other guy has without just being like, oh, sick, dude.
Now you're turning into Booker T, who's like, Myles Borne is insane for having this idea. Myles Borne should be stripped of the title because that is not what champions don't fight on purpose. They have to hire managers whose job is to make them defend the title as a few times as possible.
Okay, it doesn't have to be hatred all the time, but like a tournament, like there's no, like nobody's winning anything to get into any title matches at all, ever on the show.
Shiloh Hill's won a lot of matches recently.
He's won, but he's had a broken face.
He broke his face in a match he won.
That is true. He did break his face in a match that he won. All right.
Yeah.
All right. It's a bigger problem with the world title picture and how nobody is.
Yes. Here's the deal. Robert Stone should have had the idea. You're facing Shiloh Hill, who's been on a hot streak. If you can beat him, you get a North American title match. But if Shiloh wins, he gets a North American title match because, as I said, and as should matter, he's been on a hot streak recently. So he should get a title match. Like, it should be, instead of Myles Borne's idea, it should be like Robert Stone's idea because it's his job to do things like that.
You know how it's not so much the hatred as it is a lack of rules, I guess. You know how I love rules and tournaments and structure to things. This is too watery of a product. Get Poindexter. We need some rules.
Okay.
We need some science behind
says,
this.
going on an 8th day without power. This show is a godsend of silliness and levity. Sour Grap's not NXT. Well, no, obviously NXT is not a godsend of silliness and levity. Eighth day without power.
Be wasting your cell phone on us, but I'm flattered.
Do you have like a car battery you're charging your cell phone with?
We are concerned, and we love you.
We're concerned for Louisville because we love Louisville.
We do, and not just for his baseball bats.
No, not just for the sluggers.
Including, but not limited to the sluggers. He has a generator. Okay.
Okay, good.
I was like, I'm flattered, but we're just not that important.
Yeah.
In an emergency situation.
Yeah. So Robert Stone is like, oh, Zilla, you'll be here in 30? All right, I'll see you then. With this sweetheart deal no one should ever get. And Keanu Carver is waiting in Robert's office, in Robert's chair. Like, so wait a minute. Everybody's getting title matches now? Why am I not getting some kind of, I should be doing that. And he's like, I can't just hand out title matches. Not to you. You're not related to Roman Reigns. But like, I can't give you a title. I can't just give you. You're
not a nympho, baby.
Well, like, listen. Hey, hold on. I can't just give you a title match, especially not if it was like your first match since signing with this company. If it was, I couldn't do that for you either, except I totally could and I will later. Like, that's crazy.
He'll do so in like 20 minutes.
But he says, hey, I brought you this coffee. I got you some coffee. I know you like coffee. It's like, well, I would, but it's a little late for coffee. Drink the coffee. it'll keep me up all night. Drink the coffee. Okay. I like that they've changed it from just being nice to being aggressively nice. I think that's a good change. You know what I mean? Like, you just show up with gifts for everybody, and then very loudly and aggressively insist that they accept his gift.
It's like a here damn, but the other side of it. Yeah.
Yes. Cam Hendricks comes in and he wants a title match too. And Keanu Carver is very annoyed at Cam Hendricks for ruining the moment. Keanu Carver just slamming the hell out of Cam Hendricks would make my day.
Yeah, Cam Hendricks sure does just feel lost in the shuffle, huh? Like he's featured a lot, but very aimlessly. Like, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of there's nothing to sink our teeth into yet with Cam Hendricks.
Yeah. Kendal Gray and Wren Sinclair have their match against Kelani Jordan and Kelly Armstrong. Vic claims truthfully that Kelani has been doing a lot of complaining, and Booker T says that has never occurred. I don't know what you're talking about. He also insists that because Kendal Gray and Wren Sinclair have teamed many times in the past, that gives them a disadvantage in a match versus Kelly Armstrong and Kelani Jordan, who've never teamed together and indeed do not like one another. And Vic Joseph says, you've said a lot of crap sitting next to me. That is probably the craziest thing I've ever heard you say. And then Booker was just oddly silent. I think his feelings were hurt because I think Booker says, I've said a lot crazier than that sitting next to you, Vic Joseph. That's just all I said was factually incorrect. I've said much crazier things.
My dick, man.
I've said way worse things than that.
That is correct.
Anyway, Kendal gets hit in the ear. She was cleared, but she's not 100%. So perhaps her eardrum kablooey, I guess. I don't know. So then Wren Sinclair is left alone in the ring, and listen, I'm not sure if it's dumber to have a running shoulder block as a finisher or to call it the Cali connection. Like, both of those things are bad. The Cali connection is a bad name for it. And the Cali collision would be better. Connection just feels like you're, like meeting someone over email. You know what I mean? Yeah. And running shoulder block is not your finisher. It just isn't. No, I don't care how fast you run on the ropes. It's just not, because a shoulder block hits them also in their shoulder, which can't knock them out. It can't knock the wind out of them. It can't do anything but hurt their shoulder and hurt yours in the process, because that's bone on bone. Like, I think Zari has a great spear, but if you want to say, okay, Kelani, your finisher is not Kelani. Sorry, Callie, your finisher is that you hit the ropes 4 or 5 times and then you hit a spear that just destroys them. That's fine. You get the spear. Everybody else can do that as like a setup maneuver, but no one's allowed to finish a match with a spear, but except for Callie, because that's the one that she does. I'm honestly gonna be okay with that. But a running shoulder block is not a finisher. It just isn't.
The thing is, too, she's really cool otherwise. So they need to figure something out with that, because it's like you've said, like a setup into something that would be great, and I agree.
Yeah.
I also think it's very dumb that Kendal Gray would. If your eardrum is busted, you should not be medically cleared. Mm-mm. If her ear is taped up from it being cut for a week, it's probably infected. Like, what? The ambiguity around the ear injury is a little weird.
Is the protocol for for a ruptured eardrum to just tape up the ear hole?
I honestly have no idea.
I think the protocol for a ruptured eardrum is to not have any wrestling matches until it's fully healed, like
That's what
110%.
I would think too. So
Yeah.
that's a little batty because it's your women's champion. Like there should be some clarity around that.
You know what I just thought of, especially because it's shoulder related for Callie. You haven't seen anybody use in a while an old Scott Norton shoulder breaker.
Ooh.
Like you get them up like in the dominator position and then just drop to a knee as you drive their shoulder directly into the top of your leg, and just
I like
the
that
pinched
for her.
nerve. Like this is the other thing. If you gave me an hour to work with the entire NXT like PC kids, the thing I would be is like, what specifically is this move doing to your body? Yeah. That is what you sell. Too many people take a move that knocks the wind out of them or cripples their lower back, and they sell it as though they've been knocked unconscious, and that is not what the move does to you. So if I could say, okay, when you take this shoulder breaker, you have lost all feeling down that entire side of your body because all those nerves just went funk, and you don't know what's going on. You're not kicking out because you're panicking that you may never walk again. That's what you play. And if you can get somebody to like, okay, how would I feel if it was that, as opposed to I'm knocked out. Like knocked out.
Yeah.
Listen, playing dead is the easiest thing, and not all these people are really good actors. But like, if you can get them to like go, okay, this is a localized pain that you feel here, specifically here, and what does that do to your body? Like that would help the selling of so many moves in WWE, especially.
If you listen to Duke Hanson Hudson's podcast, you learn that they don't teach selling in NXT anymore, which is sad. But even as you are saying that, I'm like, yeah, we don't even see the I'm trying to get feeling back in my fingers spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we don't even see stuff like that, like which is pretty basic. I love that idea. Chat is like loving that there's a Scott Norton reference in 2026. That might be a good
there have been
study
very
for me to go back.
Like big men of the Scott Norton type in a very he was so, because he wasn't gigantic, he was huge, but he wasn't tall. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like he was also he was yoked, but he had that incredible barrel chest and the big round belly. Like there's this very specific size, like you know what? His thing was circumference. That man was very big around without looking fat. And so you could just, man, I love watching old video of little guys flinging their entire body weight at him, and he just stands there and they go bing and they just fly off. It's so much fun, and not enough big guys play with, you can't physically hurt me. Maybe you're faster than I am, and you can tire me out if I'm trying to get a hold of you. And that tiring me out allows you to figure out a way to like clip me from behind in the knee and get me low, which lowers my center of gravity. And then you can, but so few giant dudes are playing around with, do whatever you want. You can't pick me up. You can throw your entire body weight at me. It's nothing. You know what I mean? And they're not doing that enough. Scott Norton was the king of, I am invincible. Try to do anything to me. Oh God, peak Scott Norton is one of my favorite wrestlers ever.
I'm gonna go watch some Scott Norton, because The other guy who's kind of built like that, but had better wrestling hair that I watched a lot of was Gary Albright. And I watched a lot of Gary Albright, and I have not watched a lot of Scott Norton, and I should, because it's kind of a different style, but same application of power in a way. Like Gary Albright, a little more traditional, like with suplexes and stuff, but like yeah, I gotta watch me some Scott Norton. But I love that idea of I've seen that shoulder breaker, and I love that idea for Kelly Armstrong.
The last time I saw anyone attempt it was when Nia Jax did it to Charlotte and then missed and drove the top of her head into her knee.
Yeah.
And perhaps we don't want to be just giving those out to like NCAA athletes who don't like have the best idea of where to put people. You know what I mean? You got to really work on that. That's one of those things like you give them a really good training dummy, and
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, you can.
They have to hit it perfect on their shoulder, on the training dummy's shoulder, 1,000 times in a row before you let them do it to any human being.
A human being.
Yeah.
I like that. I like moves like that too. Like, ugh.
Anyway, she doesn't win with a Scott Norton shoulder breaker. She wins with a shoulder block. Then Kendal is checking on Wren, and Callie is celebrating while Kelani is just staring daggers at Kendal because she already has the title match 1-on-1, and in a weird stroke of not just throwing more things at stuff, they didn't have Kelly Armstrong get added to that match, which I thought they would. But they did something somehow dumber. It's like they were like, that would be dumb. What can we do that's dumber? And then they did that thing. So I'm going to talk about that now.
Okay.
Robert Stone is talking to Zarya about this unification match that Wren suggested so that she could lose her title and no one could be speed champ again. It was really nice of Wren Sinclair to suggest that. But then Kelly Armstrong comes in and says, I pinned Wren, so I should get a title match. And don't say tournament. I don't want a tournament. You gave Lucien a shot at the championship because he pinned the champ, so I should get to do that with that. And then Zarya says, well, too bad, because after Heatwave, there won't be a speed championship. It'll just be the North American championship. So confirming what they are doing, not holding two separate belts, correct, making one merging belt. Them. And then Callie's like, she calls her a redheaded heifer, and says that it took you 2 matches and a whole bunch of interference to be able to beat Wren. I didn't. I pinned her in 1 match, so I should probably get the title shot. And Robert Stone is like, how about this? The 2 of you fight next week, and Callie, if you can pin Zarya next week, then the match at Heatwave was a triple threat. And no. No, there are no good options for that. Either you have Callie lose to Zarya and halt whatever momentum she's got when a title's on the line, or you have her pin Zarya, which is a stupid thing to do to Zarya going into that match. So what you do is you have Callie, and Zarya have the thing, and you have Robert Stone Simmons. Okay, hold on, I'm stopping this right now. Okay, Kelly Armstrong on the Tuesday after Heatwave in the main event, you will face the winner of Zarya versus Wren for the North American title. And then you have Zarya pummel Wren Sinclair to make her look incredibly dominant the way she's supposed to, because what Callie Armstrong said to her was not incorrect. She couldn't beat her in 5 minutes for the speed title, and she needed a whole bunch of people to run in and create a whole bunch of confusion for her to pin her in the second match. And what Callie Armstrong said was correct, and you don't want that to be true of Zarya, because what? You want both of these women to be as dominant as possible when they face each other, so that we don't know who's going to win, because what? That makes you money. In the old parlance, if we didn't know who was going to win, that's why they packed those houses in the old days. That was why, because this guy has won 10 matches in a row, and this guy has been the undefeated champion for the past 8 months. Something's got to give. I don't know if the challenger, who has looked unbeatable, can beat the unbeatable champion. And that's why they paid the money to come see the show. If you decided, hey, let's run this when the title's not on the line, a few weeks before we actually do it for the title, and we'll just figure out a way to book ourselves into a corner during it, because we're really bad at this. Nobody would have, pro wrestling would have died in 1978. Like, it would have been terrible.
I'm loving Give Alex a Book and Give Alex a Brick back to back, by the way. That is incredible. Incredible stuff. You probably should have called him on the phone to tell him that, but we're not gonna do that now.
No.
Yeah, it feels like such a misguided title reign from Zarya, because it feels like she's been holding this title for a couple months and we've done absolutely nothing with it. It's exhaustedly so. So the idea that like you should have like badass Lady Hoss versus badass Lady Hoss, that should be one-on-one. We should be salivating. Yeah.
For Callie Armstrong versus Zarya. Are you kidding me? Callie Armstrong should have squashed at least a dozen different women.
I agree.
During her time since being fully brought up from Evolve. At least, if not 20. She should be 20-0 in squash matches.
It's weird how I'm wondering if it's because they have the speed titles around, but like they have a lot of like big wrestlers and they refuse to do squashes. Like it's kind of odd. They refuse to do
squashes, but listen, every friggin' match on the show is 4 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's not like they're doing 18-minute clinics here. We don't have time for this thing. Like Thea Hale lost to Nattie in 4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
I
feel like for how many wrestlers of size that they have on NXT with how few squash, like Jasper Troy didn't even get a squash arc. Like that's weird. Like bring back the art of the squash for sure. And you're right. This should feel like two titans colliding when you have Callie Armstrong, Zarya. They should both be riding hot streaks, like you said, and it shouldn't be diluted by a triple threat. And I also don't even love that for Wren. I would add too, like, they go to the multi-person well a lot, and they're doing it a lot here. I love what that does for talent rotation. Don't get me wrong, but like, I always feel kind of like. I guess nothing on this feels personal outside of Grayson Waller taking shots at people. Like product wide, there's nothing that feels. You know how I feel about hatred, but hatred aside, even like there's nothing that feels like anybody's coming out with any fire or heat or animosity or needing to. I'm not sinking my teeth into anything. Like, there's nothing that's like, and part of it is because they've debuted so many people and all these things, but there's nothing that I'm like, oh, yeah, this is this is juicy, right? Mm-hmm. Like, that kind of, you need at least one of those on an episode. And I don't feel like any of the title pictures really have them right now at all, which is the bummer.
No, I mean the thing that is the most old school thing in WWE uh, comes from a guy that I just wish wouldn't be on TV nearly as much, which is Paul Heyman. He is the one guy who talks about money and box office the way it should be, the way it like the way not just box office in putting butts in seats or selling the pay-per-view, but getting people to talk about the product and really excited about it. Like his thing of like, we're not doing Braun Breaker versus Obafemi just having a fight. That's not how we're gonna protect our money, and we're gonna do that in an actual big spot. And like that, like this is the other thing. It's like the idea that you would just, for the first time ever, why not just meaninglessly throw Callie Armstrong versus Zarya on a random episode of NXT? Like it just beggars belief that anybody could be this dumb and short-sighted, where you can build to that kind of thing as a thing. Like, and I'm not saying I don't want everybody to do it. Don't get me wrong. I don't want them to do a Tony Khan thing where we wait 14 months for it. Like, but you can. I'm saying you say right now on August 18th that the main event of the show following Heatwave, which is going to be your big thing, people pencil it in. Build like to that. Build Callie Armstrong. I want tune-up matches, she says, for the next 2 weeks on Tuesdays. You have her slaughter somebody. Give her a new finishing move while you're at it, and have Zarya and Wren. Let's make it equal. Watching, and Wren can be worried and Zarya can be fuming. Like this, you can actually do a really good thing by saying 3 weeks from now, this is a very, very big match. No one's seen these two fight each other. Who knows? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me that they've lost all semblance of understanding how to build something over a month.
It's also, and the product has been going through a reset too. But like, there's so much of this where I'm like, everybody just feels around except for the men's division where everybody just arrived. Like, there's not like a huge distinguishing, like, to me, Zarya and Callie and Wren does not feel that different than like what's going on in the women's world title. Like, it's all just a little gray and fluid and muddy and whatever. It's not just like, I guess none of the belts have personalities anymore, and none of the people surrounding them know how to assign certain things to those belts because of that. It feels like it's all just it's just here's a bunch of wrestling and the formulae that surround it. But Alex, you were talking money before.
I was.
I know a great way to save money.
Oh.
If you're going to watch on the CW, if you're going to watch on Netflix, if you're going to be watching AEW pay-per-views, if you're going to be watching Raw and SmackDown, you don't need all these damn services. You can watch it all on Netflix if you just head to Toronto, and you can do that with NordVPN.
NordVPN.com/Fightful is a must-have for our viewers. Watch all of WWE's content with one Netflix account. Watch WWE shows that normally air on broadcast platforms on YouTube if they're missing from Netflix. Then get your AEW shows in a much more affordable package if you don't want to deal with cable and pay-per-view providers with that My AEW account. But save big now with NordVPN.com/Fightful and get 4 extra months. 30-day money-back guarantee, but you go there, you click Get the Deal, and the plans start at less than $3 a month. They go up to a whopping $6.33 a month on average, and include things like the VPN, email, phone, credit card, and national ID monitoring, scam call protection, 1 terabyte of cloud storage, a password manager, Nord Protect. It's got malware and browsing protection, everything you need to browse safely, securely, and affordably at nordvpn.com/Fightful.
Nord. Nord, baby.
So, Robert Stone has declared that this must end between Deion Lennox and Saquon Sugars.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I forgot we had this to talk about because I thought I was gonna have to emotionally brace myself for what we get.
No. We still have other things to talk
about. Yeah.
And I was like, it's about damn time that somebody declared this must end, because it should have ended a long time ago. Weeks ago. Sometimes I will just watch an episode of NXT, our review of NXT. I'll watch or listen to it from like 3 months prior and be going, oh my God, this storyline.
This is still happening.
This is still happening right now. That's insane. Like they jumped Saquon out of Dark State in May. In like 3 months later. 3 months later, we're finally getting to the end of Saquon in Dark State. Finally.
Well, and like I would say, no fault of the performers involved, it hasn't been like a compelling 3-month ride. Like that, I don't think any of it has been particularly like, oh, I need more of that.
No.
You know what I mean?
This is one of those split screen. They can't be in the same room as each other, so we're gonna do a live via satellite interview thing between Saquon and Deion Lennox. And Saquon says that you couldn't beat me without Dark State, and Deion's like, yeah, but then you couldn't take your loss like a man, so you came at me with a bat. And Saquon's like, shut up, meet me in a steel cage. And Deion's like, yeah, let's fill that cage with weapons. And I was like, all right. I mean, that sounds like a pretty cool middle of the card thing to do at Heatwave. Just kidding, it's next week. Like you can't even do the giant weaponized cage match blow off at your pape. It's on a rando NXT. It's not even the go home of the thing. Like it's
God, it's not even the go home.
No, it is the go home. It is the go home. Excuse me. It's the go home for that thing. And I just, you fumbled the storyline if the blow-off match is a weaponized cage match and it's not considered good enough and high priority enough to put on the pape. That's how you blew it. And
I'm perplexed because what do we have card-wise? Do we know? Can I pull it up?
Well, we have a potential ladies triple threat for the North American former speed championship. We have we'll talk about it, a fatal 4-way for the NXT World Championship. We have Myles, Borne, and Tavion Heights losing the tag team titles back to the Vanity Project. We have Myles, Borne losing the North American title to Jackson Drake, which we're going to talk about in a second. We have Tavion Heights attacking Myles, Borne afterwards and creating a non-title blood feud that will last until March. We have is that it?
It could use a stip match.
It really could.
It could use a step match.
I mean,
like,
I don't feel like
hasn't-
there's a big. Oh, Jaida and Nattie. They're gonna add Jaida and Nattie to it. Maybe that's a step. They're gonna add that because like they need one more.
Did they in an underground match?
Maybe.
Honestly, I feel weird because I'm like, this hasn't been well built, but I do feel like it should be on that card. Like it feels like they've invested enough in it. It should be.
If you were showing them, if you showed me 7 matches, then I'm like, oh, those all have to be on the card. You can't take any one of those off. I'm sorry, Saquon, Dion, you're gonna have a big spot on the go home show. You could do that, but like you can't do that because there are 4 matches on this card, real matches, and then just whatever else you throw on there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that. I'd also just feel like, well, one, do we think there's a chance that this gets advertised for next week and doesn't happen, and then happens at the pay-per-view? Always a concern.
Why not just say it's why not just say it's happening at the play? Why fake us out with the cage and the weapons on a Tuesday and then do it later?
I just don't like that for Saquon at all, especially. Like that dude needs to be a priority moving forward. Like he should have that spot.
So I did like that. I believe at one point Saquon calls Deion Lennox prep school.
Yeah.
Like because he's like, let me tell you, man, you're a great football player, but you do not know how to walk in this world that I live in. Like I'm, and I like there's, yeah.
Which is like the best of, because there was that weird turn in the story of like you're an indie wrestler and I was a whatever. So I did like that.
Mm-hmm. But yes, only 2 men enter, 1 man leave. It is NXT Beyond Thunderdome, and that's next week. So Shadow Hill versus Jackson Drake. Booker read his notes that were given to him for the first time, and accurately described the injury that Shiloh Hill had and used the right name for it. And then Vic Joseph was like, "What? I'm sorry, you said what? What did you say?" Because you've never said the right name for anything ever. And no, it's a maxilla. It's a fracture of the cheekbone where it meets the upper jaw. And I was like, you're reading off a note. Like, and then he's like, did you ever have that injury? No. What's the worst injury you had? Lower lumbar fibia. So where your lower leg meets your lower back, that was the injury you had? Sciatica. Okay. So anyway, Jackson Drake is really good, and Shadow Hill is doing more of the stuff we wanted.
Yes.
He's doing rando stuff. He used like the tranquilo pose in the ropes to bounce out of it into a giant clothesline, which I thought was really cool. Like he used a wacky line, but like not one I've ever seen anybody else use before. I think he's starting to do more of what we wanted, which was, I'm just making it up as I go, and isn't this fun?
Yes.
And yeah,
especially
I
with
like
him
that.
being so firmly a face. Like when he first came up before the Tater stuff too, it was like he was leaning face, but I don't think it was super clear what side he was going to land on because he was such a wacky element in this universe. But this is a really good way to keep us on his side and also give us the character thing of what we need, because it was, and kudos to him, because it's happened pretty fast. Like, that was something we picked up on pretty early. And he's made that turn very organically, I feel like. And despite what WWE and Real will tell you, organic doesn't have to mean over the course of 45 years. Like, you can organically build something quickly. But it feels endemic to who he is as a character. Like, I did notice that as well. And he's very good, and this was a little less. I was always saying it was a little too pretty for Shiloh, and this is a little more unpredictable and messied up in a fun way. So
I forgot. Yes, they are doing a straight up women's singles match, which is so not what they normally do that I forgot about it.
Yeah,
but Kendal versus Kelani.
Yeah, that's cool, because that means half this card will be women probably. That's awesome.
As it should be, to be honest.
As it should be.
So everybody tries to gang up on Shiloh Hill on the outside, but Myka does a really bad job of distracting referee, and the referee jumps out and actually stops Ricky Vapes from punching Shiloh Hill.
How dare you?
I don't know. I'm
How
sorry.
dare you say his actual name? He can't be on the stream anymore. He said his real name. What's next? He's going to say Brad Baylor instead of guy with the hair? We can't have that around here. He needs a minute to recollect and to think about what he's done. On behalf of Sour Grapes, I apologize to you, because you guys shouldn't be subjected to us using people's real names. Was he? You got to call? Oh my God! I don't even remember Ponytail Mustache's real name.
It starts with a U.
Uriah Connors.
There you go.
That's normally I know their names in the back of my mind. But his doesn't belong. That's the thing.
No.
Uriah Connors is not a good wrestling name. Ponytail Mustache is a fantastic wrestling name.
Yeah. So
Ricky Smokes. Get the
they're all ganging up on Shiloh Hill, Vapes guy with the hair, and
mission accomplished. Ricky Vapes isn't his actual name. This whole time I legit thought it was, because I only watched this show and not NXT. That is the epitome of what we do.
His real name is not much better. Ricky Smokes is also not a, like.
I like it. It doesn't.
The reason why I
like
changed it was because it was stupid to begin with, and also that guy doesn't smoke; he vapes, and so that's why I changed it.
I like the name Ricky Smokes. I don't like it for him. That is like a Ricky Smokes is mid-South.
Ricky Smokes is yeah. You would have to time travel to give that name to a wrestler. you can't. You're going to need a DeLorean and a flux capacitor to give that nickname. So you got to go 88 miles per hour and get 1.21 gigawatts to give that name to a wrestler in an era that would befit that name. Okay?
I don't even want to tell you how Johnny B. Good gets involved, but it's fine.
There's a whole thing. You got to try and have sex with your mom. It's awful. But that's the only way that you're going to be able to give that name to a wrestler in an era where it befits that name. I'm telling you.
We have fun here.
We do. It's fun.
I have no idea what we were talking about. They gang up on Shiloh Hill.
We're talking about the referee actually seeing something for the first time, and then he ejects all
kudos.
of them.
Give him a raise.
And I was like, oh, well, Jackson Drake will still find a way to win because they're doing that part of this whole thing. But I just thought they were going to be nice enough to let Jackson Drake figure out how to beat Shiloh Hill.
Sure.
But no.
No.
Because apparently all of this lore about the poison mist / the poison fog and Naraku has been building to a feud between Naraku and Shiloh Hill, because Naraku pops up from the apron skirt and spews poison fog mist into the eyes of Shiloh Hill, who's up on the top rope, and he falls over, and then Jackson Drake wins.
I'm very excited for the feud, to be honest. I want to see Naraku versus Shiloh Hill really bad.
That makes one of us.
Unironically, no, I do want to see this.
No, I don't want to see any of this. Nope. Mm-mm.
Why not?
Really unimpressed with Naraku since he's been in NXT. Like, really unimpressed. Like, I don't feel like I've been as unimpressed with a wrestler outside of Joe Hendry in years. Like, just a dude. Just a dude, and also the way they booked him made him look terrible. And I'm like, okay, so you're going to rebuild him by having him win a feud with Shiloh? No, Shiloh is above him on the card. You've done enough with Shiloh to make me think Shiloh has a much better chance and should have a much better chance of being a singles champion in his career in NXT than Naraku ever will. So are you going to have Shiloh win the feud over Naraku, which just drops him even further in my estimation? Like, I can't just be excited for a match between them, because the match is going to be entirely full of shenanigans and friggin' mist. And that's dumb. And so I only look at it because I go, okay, what is this in aid of, and what is the end we're pursuing? And both ends feel bad. I don't feel like either guy comes out of. I don't feel like both guys cannot come out at the same level or above than they are now. One guy's got to take a hit coming out of this, and I don't feel like you've done enough damage to Naraku that this is not a dude that if he ends up losing this feud, which he should because it's Shiloh, then woof, and what a complete mismanagement of what you told me this guy was. And if Shiloh loses, well, you've sacrificed all of the momentum that he's got to prop up this guy who, like, you had him turn the champ into a one-eyed man, and then he lost clean.
Yeah. It
Like,
is kind of like the Naraku booking to this point is the hamstring there. There is I have a little bit of the Jeremy Lambert gene, where I also, I think this has a chance to go horribly wrong in a hilarious way.
okay.
So I'm leaving that possibility open too. But I'm excited for the program it could be on an authentic level. Like, if they do right by it, I understand what you're saying about the means to the end part of it, like the ends being rough on either side.
Hold on.
But I think,
Hold on.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Hickenbutt, hi. Yeah, just answer me this. Are you going to do right by it? No? You have no plans to do that? Okay. All right, thanks. Just checking. Bye. Yeah, they're not going to do right by it.
Oh.
I wanted to make sure. I was almost entirely sure that they weren't, but then he confirmed it. They're not going to do right by it. That's the problem.
That is a bummer, because...
Yeah.
I'm glad we know, though, because now I can just expect it. Like, I don't have to... Yeah, it's just a little easier of a pill to swallow that way. Hopefully we'll just be having a good time and be like...
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully it's one of
those. I didn't know. I don't know. Is his catchphrase "hello"? Because he said it. Zilla Fatu. She said
I have
hello.
no idea.
He said
That's Linda's
hello.
catchphrase. Gimmick infringement on Linda.
He said hello at one point. Booker, when he was coming out, also said hello. Did you notice the beginning of his music?
I did not.
It starts with hello, 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 and
I'm going to assume yes. Then
it sounds like an old Jewish man, like hello. It's like, do you know the do you ever see So I Married an Axe Murderer with Mike Myers?
Yes, of course.
It's that moment. I almost feel like they took a sound clip from that movie where he is like having like drinks with people in a bar and he goes, hello, he does the Mike Myers, like slightly Jewish lady voice.
Yeah.
That is what the music starts at the very beginning. It starts hello, hello, hello with a little and then it starts Zilla. And I'm like, what? Why would you start out with a Jewish lady saying hello really loud? And then he said it later and Booker said it later, so I guess that's his catchphrase.
That must be. I've seen some of his work on the Independents. I did not I was not like compelled to learn a ton more about him. I know very, very little.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is Linda an oos though? That's the real question.
I don't know. Linda Fatu. Let's see if
that's what the chat's saying.
Yeah, Linda Fatu. He comes out and he calls himself a nympho baby. Which again,
like Adam Burke said this, and I started because I wanted to say, like, we're not talking about nepotism, we're talking about nymphomania.
He calls himself a nympho baby, which is something that you can get on the dark web. But I would not suggest it. Like, you should definitely don't go searching for it.
No.
Do not. Just don't.
Not even if Shiloh Hill's like, I got this, because it's the dark web. Like, don't.
We shouldn't do this. But the promo wasn't great. Tony D'Angelo was out there. Grayson Waller came out. He was very angry. He was being held by security. Cruz Montana was coming out from the parking lot. He was also very upset. And they were upset too early. They should just they should be coming out to see what's up about this guy. You know what I mean? Like, Robert Stone, you told us you would handle him. You're the general manager. We will give you the opportunity to handle him. And then Robert Stone can give them the bad news, and then they can
I agree.
Go crazy. You know what I mean? Because Zilla Fatu signs the contract, and Robert Stone says this contract guarantees that Zilla Fatu's first NXT match will be a title match. And I said, oh, okay, well, since you already made the match for Heatwave, I'm assuming that the main event of the Tuesday after Heatwave is Zilla Fatu versus the winner of that match. Like, Zilla Fatu will come out after whoever wins that match wins and lay them out and stand over them and hold the title up at the end of the PLE. Everybody tune into the CW on Tuesday to watch this guy probably become the new champ. And then he's like, no, that would be a good idea. But instead, we're just going to add him to the triple threat we already said was the only fair option. thereby making it a not fair option to the other guys who are here. And Cruz Montana and Grayson Waller are losing their minds about it, and Tony D'Angelo is quietly being confident. And I really love that choice from Tony, but I don't think it's going to work out for him. I think he actually has the least shot of becoming champ, being the champ after that.
Yeah, this whole program, I've started to feel that way, which is a bummer because I just feel like this title reign, they have not given him a lot.
As soon as Grayson Waller showed up, I was like, oh, that's what they're doing. They're gonna have Grayson have Grayson cheat to beat Tony D, be a transitional heel champ for Mike Santana to chase. Whoops, Cruz Montana to chase. Whoops, here's Zilla Fatu. They're just gonna make the Bloodline the champ. I thought they were actually doing something that made some kind of sense. Like Grayson Waller's not doing anything. He never got to be NXT champ. He can cut a promo and get a lot of heat. He can create controversy, which is what they want. So you have him snake a victory, beat Tony D, who the fans love, and that gets him some more heat. And then you have Cruz Montana chase him until what? September, October, maybe Halloween Havoc at the latest, and then he beats him. And then you have the Cruz Montana reign, but they were like, no, we got to bring in Zilla Fatu and just give a nympho baby the title.
It's never not funny. I think it's because of the cockiness behind it, and then you just say something that's so completely wrong. Greg Cherry raising a good point. Not for nothing, but Robert Stone is kind of a B. That was my feeling about this because it contradicts. I mean, there's kind of issues all over the place with this whole program, and that it doesn't feel like anyone's really earned their way into it. But you had earlier in the night Robert Stone saying, well, you can't just, that would be crazy to give you a title shot in your first. Mm-hmm. And there was no, I didn't get the sense that it was Robert Stone was it was the only way we could get this guy signed was to make such a big concession. That didn't feel like a part of this to me. It didn't read that way at all. But I don't know. Nympho babies are gonna nympho baby, I guess.
It's true.
It's never a sentence I thought I would say.
I think you could easily turn Robert Stone, because just seems like he was, unless this is the beginning of him giving preferential treatment to Zilla Fatu because he got the directive from corporate. You know what I mean? And that's what he is. He's a guy who does what he's told, or he's going into business for himself or whatever. Until we get the actual, backstory about this. What would have been better is if he got strong-armed into it.
Yes, 100%.
That instead of him being like, yeah, this is what we're doing because it was my idea and it's the best. You have a do it on the phone. You can actually have him do a one side of the conversation. Where it's like, listen, I saw your list of demands. I don't feel comfortable putting that in the contract. You won't sign unless it's in the contract. Well, you're playing hardball with me now, Zilla. So I'm going to need some time to think about this. I'll have the answer when you get here in a half hour. You know what I mean? Have him so we know there's something in the contract that he's not comfortable with, especially because earlier in the night, he already said to these other three guys, this is the match. And so that's the thing is I'm Zilla Fatu won't sign. I know I need to because look at all the buzz he created. 21 million views across all social media. Because that's the way WWE operates, allow that to be the driving force behind Robert Stone wanting to keep his job and not piss off the people above him. So he has to give the guy what he wants because the guy says he won't sign unless I give it to him. Like maybe you could salvage this really terrible thing they did at the end by having him explain that to Tony D next week in his office. Look,
I think
this was out of my hands. I was told that was the condition for him signing with NXT was to get a title match, that title match, in his first match. And if he did not get that, he was going to walk. And my bosses told me that was not an option. He was not allowed to walk. I had to get him signed. So I had to put that in the deal. I had no other options. And let Tony D be pissed about it. But let Robert Stone be like, this is the way the business works. Your higher-ups tell you what you got to do, and you got to do it.
the thing is, too, he came in with the last name Fatu.
I know.
Like, it's kind of... They went so far out of their way to say that he wasn't going to be added to this to then add him to it. It's just so stupid to, in a... Like, I get what they were doing. I just... it just makes no sense. Like, it's a really... like, just such a miscarriage of creative in that way. And... like you said, like there's juice that you're missing out on of the fact that like there's been one faction that's his name that's been running stuff on the main roster. Why would you not introduce that as a character trait that he would have here at NXT? Is a swing and a miss of epic proportions.
Yep. All right.
Not
Well,
a
let's
fan.
do some puns.
Let's do some puns.
Okay. Tom Valley says Maddie Wren Farrakowski, Queen of the Ring Toss.
Love it. Here for it.
Rafael Garcia says fried Oreomos or fried Oreo Bafemi.
Either way. Either way.
Aren't they vegan? Aren't Oreos vegan?
They, I think, still are. There
So
was
depending
like
on what kind of oil they were fried in,
I could do
then
it.
there you go. You could do it. Nice.
There was talk of them changing the filling and ruining my life, but
Oh no. Meat Normus says Dark State Fair. Hank and Dunk Tank. If they're gonna change the filling, you owe it to yourself to buy like 1,000 Oreos before
Right
the
now,
new ones hit
right.
the shelves. You know what I
It's
mean?
true.
Because they would keep in the pantry for
alarmingly long.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dark State Fair, Hank and Dunk Tank, the Corn Dog Roman Reigns. The big dog, but the corn dog.
The corn dog, Roman Reigns.
Uh,
The corn dog, Roman Reigns.
My name is Paul Hayride. Picnic
I like
El
it.
Cerro State Faro. Zach Slippin' Slider
Fair.
and Badminton Tito.
You know what? I actually wanted to bring this up the other day, or earlier. The tag division could go for... Remember when they brought Drew McIntyre back, how he was supposed to just be NXT bound and not go to the main roster? They could do that with some tag teams. And Bad Dude Tito and Che, the Wolf Zaddies, are like... If you just said, like, hey, sign this contract, stay here for 2 years, and your whole job is just, sorry, there's a ceiling on it, it's just going to be to make all these other teams look good. They need one of those, and to me, the Wolf Zaddies are one of them, because those are just two big, meaty, cool dudes who make everybody else look great. And it boggles my mind that they're not on wrestling television, but, like, they would be perfect in a role like that, especially. I just can't say enough about those two.
Tom LaValle sent in Happy Tuesday, SGS. While Kate and Alex discuss NXT, I'm instead going to super chat about ROH matches. Commander was great. He's improved so much this year.
Commander is great. the last thing I saw with ROH was this very, very, very nasty bump that Mark Sterling took. So I hope he's okay, because that was like that was a wrestling manager taking a New Japan on my head bump. So I hope he's all right.
Yikes. Greg Cherry says, funnel cake. That's me.
Powder lips and shell that's crunchy. Say
Nice.
it once, say it twice.
Cyclo says Santana Hananina Nana Hana Montana.
That one's just for us.
Lieutenant Photo says Mrs. LT said it could have been worse. Necro baby.
I'm honestly impressed that she was like, how can I make this even worse?
Which obviously is the El Hijo de Necro Butcher. Is Necro baby.
I was gonna say, yeah. If he was like, I'm a necro butcher, I'd be like, okay, well, that's not as bad.
Lieutenant Photo says Ferris Wheeler Yuta.
I like that a lot.
Greg Cherry says Amuse G Rection.
Still mad nobody told me that huge G-Rex.
Orion Ben says Hillbilly Pork Slim Jims. Henry O Sneaky Godwin, 2 farmers. Bobbing for Carlito Apples is cool. Scott Hall of Mirrors, Bloodline Dancing, Hootenanna.
Hootenanna's very good too.
But a Hootenanna. There, see, Meet Normus got the one I was going to do. Meet Normus says Jake the Funnel Cake Roberts. Chiroba Femi, Ferris Wheeler Yuta, the Nacho Man Randy Savage, Jack in a Box like structure, and Gut Wench suplex.
Going to the Renaissance Fair. I like it.
Drake Cherry says Dippin' Gotch. You go yourself, get a little
well done
tub of Dippin' Gotch. Tent Beretta.
That's very good.
Greg Cherry says Cotton Randy. Louisville says Frozen Banana Santana Montana.
Very nice.
Yeah. Greg Cherry says set up the churros. So you got to set up the churros because otherwise you'll have churro gate.
Right? Listen, for days that discourse.
Ayatollah of roller coasters.
Oh yeah.
Shock of Ages says truly Alex and Kate are serving, and the amount of crumbs they are leaving, not even one.
Going back to our hip talking.
Mm-hmm. Norma says there are currently 7 shrimp left from the 17.
That's 7 more than I would have thought, brother.
Mm-hmm. Greg Cherry says ring announcer Howard Plinko.
That's very funny.
Louisville says Bam Bam Bigelote.
Very nice.
Spidey Boy says the American Night Fair, Cheese Curdy Rhodes. Greg Cherry says Candied Pecan Evans.
Very nice.
Greg Cherry says the Fritter End. Tom Valley says hashtag send honk has not developed. Dude needs more reps. I'm assuming that's also about ROH.
I would guess.
Greg Cherry says mozzarella sticks. Greg Cherry says walking socko. Not a walking taco, but a walking socko. I found out about walking tacos far too late in my life.
Do they walk?
Do you know what a walking taco is?
I don't.
You take a bag of Doritos or Fritos or something. You cut the top off of it, and you just use that bag as the base for meat, cheese, toppings, and then you got a fork, and you walk around just eating the nachos with a fork that you just it's so simple and so great.
I was gonna say that sounds more nacho-y than taco-y.
Well, yeah, but you don't actually eat the shell. But,
Fair.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
But I get what you're saying. It's for you, Kate. What's Noam's favorite ride? The bumper cars.
Oh, I know him.
Tom Novelli says, "Wow, man, somehow I got something caught in the back of my throat. This is not good."
I'll
Tom
read
Novelli
this
says,
one.
"In honor of Fairs and Santana, Montana, the newest member of." Oh wait, that's a jukebox request. Let's do that later. Enormous says, "Wren Festival of Friendship, Coup de Mardi Gras."
Very nice.
Cinnamon Bun Club, Booker Sweet Tea,
Thumbs
CM
up.
Pumpkin Patch, Seth freaking Longlines, and Tony D Whack-A-Mole.
I really like Seth freaking Longlines for some reason. That got me good.
Greg Cherry says, "Is there any correlation with Johnny Gargano being depressed and Robert Stone taking power in NXT? They happened around the same times. Inquiring minds want to know." There's got to be something he's depressed about, and being depressed about Robert Stone's performance as GM could be one of those things. Meat Norma says the SGS has been meaty for 63 months. Acknowledge Meat. What is the Linder and Sheeler's favorite things to do at a fair besides flirt?
I mean, it's mostly the flirting for you.
I like to do the ring toss, but I don't throw the ring on the bottle. I throw it on another thing.
You are so bad.
I am so bad. I am so bad. That's the character. I'm so bad.
I hope he uses Blue Chew in the code of Fightful if you're going to be tossing rings like that. I like the scrambler. I like to ride the scrambler. I
can't do the rides because I just barf all over the place. It's terrible.
That's true. We found that one out the hard way.
No, I can't do. Basically, the Ferris wheel is all I can do. Is up there.
Love a good Ferris wheel.
It's nice. You get a nice view of everything. Tilt a wheel. You spinny things. Anything that spins or goes fast or goes up and down. No, it just.
You know what I like?
With my guts, I can't do it.
I like the one where you're seated, and then they say, "Do you want to go backwards?" And then they're like, "You're not cheering loud enough. You simply need to cheer louder to go backwards."
But anything that's backwards. Like a big ship that goes up and backwards. And
a good pirate ship.
No, I don't want to do that. Why would I want to do that?
Oh, it's delightful.
And the funhouse. Listen, I look terrible enough in a regular mirror. I don't need to see other mirrors.
Sometimes they can help depending on which one you get, but I also like you know what I love? I love the shooting gallery where you shoot the target and then the guy starts playing the piano or whatever. I love that. It's so
I just pretend all the targets are my ex-husbands.
Oh. This is why you're such a good shot these days.
And then Greg Cherry Brand says Scott Nordton.
That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
We love ones that honor our sponsors.
All right. But we don't. What was the song that was part? One of those ones was a jukebox.
Oh no!
Somebody wanted Dusty to sing "Party in the USA," so in case I forget.
I'm glad you remember.
Okay. Orion Ben wants Gunther to sing "ROCK in the USA."
ROCK in the USA.
Very slow. My computer is very slow right now. I don't know why.
It happens.
Incredibly slow. Okay. There we go. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. John Mellencamp as interpreted by Gunther. We're still very slow. We're still very slow here. Okay. All right. Okay. Here you go. Yeah, they come from the cities and they come from the smaller towns. Beat up cars with guitars and drummers. Going crack, boom, bam. R-O-C-K in the USA. R-O-C-K in the USA. R-O-C-K in the USA. Yeah, yeah. Rocking in the USA. Said goodbye to the families, goodbye to the friends. With pipe dreams in their heads and very little money in their hands. Some are black and some are white. Ain't too proud to sleep on the floor tonight. With the blind faith of Jesus, you know that they just might be rocking in the USA. Voices from nowhere and voices from the larger towns filled our head full of dreams, turned the world upside down. R-O-C-K in the USA. Yeah. R-O-C-K in the USA. R-O-C-K in the USA. R-O-C-K in the USA. R-O-C-K in the USA. R-O-C-K. Just, it keeps repeating. Rockin' in the USA. Yeah.
Yeah. It was beautiful.
Rafael Garcia wants Linder to sing Good Morning Baltimore from Hairspray. Good morning, Baltimore. Lyrics.
Can't believe you don't know this off the top of your head.
I have no idea what this is.
You don't know this?
No, I don't know any. No.
I thought from just osmosis of having been in theater, you would have been stuck with this song at some point.
No. I loathe musicals. I stay as far away from them as possible. They break my brain.
Enough. That doesn't surprise me at all.
Because
why would people randomly break out into music? I feel as though that would drive you batty.
Woke up today feeling the way I always do. Hungry for something I can't eat. Dairy. Then I hear that beat. The rhythm of town starts calling me down. It's like a message from high above. Pulling me out to the smiles and the streets that I love. Good morning, Baltimore. Every day's like an open door. Every night is a fantasy. Every sound's like a symphony. Good morning, Baltimore. And someday, when I take to the floor, the world's gonna wake up and see Baltimore and me. Ooh, look at my hair. Ooh. What can compare with mine today? Ooh, I've got my hairspray and radio. I'm ready to go. The rats on the street all dance around my feet. That sounds like you've got a pest problem.
Yes, it does.
Someone should probably call someone and
animal control,
something like that. You don't want the rats around your feet because they have been known to bite, and then you're going to need a whole series of shots because you don't know where they've been.
Crazy.
They carry the plague. Do you want the plague? No. So get out of the street if there are so many rats. And they have so little fear of humans that they'll dance around your feet in the street. Then you, sister, need to move out of Baltimore.
That part right there.
And that's all I have to say about that. Louisville wants Braun to sing Miley Cyrus's Hoedown Throwdown. Okay. Okay. It's always fun when you see lyrics before ever having heard the song before in your entire life. Because I cannot imagine what this. How is this music? Okay. Okay, let's see if Braun can make it into music. Boom clap, boom de clap, boom boom clap, boom de clap, boom boom clap, boom de clap, boom boom clap, boom de clap. Try it with me. Here we go. Boom boom clap, boom de clap. Whoa, oh, that's right. Boom boom clap, boom de clap, boom boom clap, boom de clap. Whoa, oh. 1, 2, 3, everybody. Come on off your seats. I'm going to tell you about a beat that's going to make you move your feet. I'll give you the barbecues, tell you how to move. If you're 5 or 82, this is something you can do. Pop it, lock it, polka dot it, countrify it, then hip hop it. Put your hawk in the sky, move side to side, jump to the left, stick it, glide. Zigzag cross the flow, shuffle in diagonal. When the drum hits, hands on your hips, 1 foot at a 180 twist, and then a zigzag, step slide, lean it left, clap 3 times, shake it out, head to toe, throw it all together, that's how we roll. Do the hoedown, throw down, do the hoedown, throw down, do the hoedown, throw down, throw it all together, that's how we roll. Get these claps.
I was a little worried you were going to go and get these hoes, so I'll take it.
And Swaron says, here to acknowledge my 2 favorite Usos, Alex and Kate, we the ones. It's the 19th in India, and I turned 30.
Oh my goodness!
Hope the 30s are as awesome as you are. Swaron, you're more awesome, and enjoy the 30s while you can.
Are the best.
Because in 17 years you'll be where I am, and nobody wants that. So yeah, enjoy the 30s. Enjoy the 30s.
Happy birthday! Enjoy your 30s. It's a pretty tremendous decade so far. I wouldn't say an easy one, but I would say a rewarding one. And I hope you just have the happiest birthday. You're always so wonderful in here. So thank you for always being kind, and carry that into the next decade for sure.
All right, somebody, I forget who it was, I think it was Tom LaValle, requested Party in the USA as sung by Dusty. Dusty, are you here? I'm here, baby. I heard I was made into a video game character, and I live on some island with my ingrate son and all of his friends.
That is correct. All of what you
That is
have heard.
At least a good likeness. Does it look like me, or
you look fantastic. You've got angel wings and everything.
Okay, good. Nice and svelte. Do I look svelte?
You do look svelte, indeed. I would say yes.
All right. Okay.
Your hair looks amazing.
Well, obviously my hair looks amazing. I mean, that's to go without saying. Otherwise, it's a very poor likeness of me in video game form. But okay, here we go. Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus. I hopped off the plane at LAX with a dream in my cardigan. Welcome to the land of fame excess. Whoa. Am I going to fit in? Jumped in the cab. Here I am for the first time. Look to my right and I see the Hollywood sign. This is all so crazy. Everybody seems so famous. My tummy is turning and I'm feeling kind of homesick. Too much pressure and I'm nervous. That's when the taxi man turned on the radio and a Jay-Z song was on. And a Jay-Z song was on. And a Jay-Z song was on. So I put my hands up to play my song. The butterflies fly away, baby. I'm nodding my head like, yeah, mama. Moving my hips like, yeah, daddy. I got my hands up to play my song. I know I'm gonna be okay. Yeah, it's a party in the USA. Yeah, it's a party in the USA. Get to the club in my taxi cab. Everybody looking at me now like, who's that chick that's rocking kicks? She got to be from out of town. So hard with my girls not around me. It's definitely not a Nashville party because all I see are stilettos. I guess I never got the memo. My tummy's turning. I'm feeling kind of homesick. Too much pressure and I'm nervous. That's when the DJ dropped my favorite tune. And a Britney song was on. And a Britney song was on. And a Britney song was on. So I put my hands up to playing my song, baby. All the flies fly away. I'm nodding my head like, yeah, daddy. Hollering my hips like, yeah, if you will. I got my hands up to playing my song, and I know I'm going to be okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's a party in the USA. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's a party in the USA.
That was one of your best. One of your best, if not.
I've had a lot of practice with that one. That one's definitely in the karaoke repertoire.
It was the like Jay-Z song was on the on just all day with the inflection. Beautiful.
All right,
7 stars, Tokyo Dome or not. Love it for you.
Thanks so much. And I hope everybody has a great rest of your week. And we will see you all next week for whatever happens doing that. And we're going to watch a weaponized cage match and other things as well. A lady hospital. That'll be fun.
Yes, we will.
But until then, babies, keep cool, gabagools.
Toodles.